What is up, guys? I'm a CardFighter. Welcome to this week's episode of CardFighter's Thoughts. Today we're going to episode 31 of CardFight Vanguard G next. And if you haven't seen it, obviously I'm going to initiate a spoiler warning. So if you haven't seen it, I will leave a link in the description down below so you can go watch it and then you can come back to me and we'll talk about it. Alright, and first, before we actually begin the episode, I will sort of like a little update. CardFight Vanguard, no, CardFighter's Thoughts, there we go. CardFighter's Thoughts is going to be uploaded every Saturday now instead of Friday. I noticed that I've been uploading really late these past couple of episodes, and I feel like that's because like my week's quite busy with college and all that, and then obviously some personal issues. I'm not going to into details, but I just feel like uploading on Saturday will be a lot easier because I'm literally doing nothing on Saturdays, so it just makes sense, to be honest. So all CardFight's Thoughts episodes will be uploaded every Saturday now instead of Friday. So hopefully I can stick to that. So yeah, let's begin the episode. For starters, I really like this episode, and I definitely think that it's a step up from previous episodes. And yeah, so animation wise, it was good. I liked it. It was more focused around Kagero and Neonectar this time. Animation, I couldn't really see any faults. The only thing I don't really like is how they've portrayed the Blaze ability now and how Blaze is activated. How Blaze looks when it's activated. Like in Stride Gate, when Momoru activated Blaze, like Dragonic Blade Master or like any other unit, which just starts like became engulfed in this orange glow, and that actually looked really epic and sort of like expressed power, and you know you're gonna get wrecked. And in this episode, Blaze just looks like it's just a red crimson like static mess, and it just really doesn't look good. It doesn't really express Blaze or anything. Like it just looks like red electricity, and I don't really like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe it kind of fits a Stride unit, but to be honest, it just doesn't really suit it. Like I definitely preferred Stride Gate's version of Blaze to next version of Blaze. If that kind of makes any sense. So yeah, apart from that, no quarrels with the animation. It's quite alright. Probably could have been better. Not the best, but you know, again, no quarrels. Yes, I do have it written on my hand. That's how unprepared I am. Alright, so the characters. Honestly, the character that drawn the most attention in this episode is Sayori, but I'm not going to be calling him Sayori. This is the third member of Team Defrauder, the red-haired guy. But I'm not going to be calling him Sayori, and again, I'm also not going to be calling any of the other team members from Defrauder by their human names. I'm going to call them by their Vanguard names, you know, like Shiranui, Amaruda, and Doomjid. I feel like this makes more sense to me because, like, we're literally seeing the units in human bodies, not the actual human characters. Like, you know, like Shiranui's taken over Kazumi's body, Amaruda's taken over Verno's body, I believe her name is. But well, I guess not taken over, but she's in control at the moment. Like, yeah, Doomjid and Amaruda got their consent from their human counterparts, I guess. But they seem to be more in control at the moment, and they're actually like living their lives as humans, not like this sort of like shared body sort of thing. So I'm going to be calling them all by their Vanguard names, so Shiranui, Amaruda, Doomjid, and I just hope that clears up any confusion. It definitely makes it a lot easier for me because I can talk about these characters because, like I said, we haven't really seen any of the human side of them. We don't like really know what their personalities are. We've literally seen the personalities of Shiranui, Amaruda, and Doomjid, and I just feel like it's a lot easier to explain, to be honest. So yeah. So and like I said, the character that I believe was the most detailed in this episode was Doomjid. This is the Kagero Perfect Guard in Sayori's body, and I believe this is like the first time that we've actually seen in this series like a Perfect Guard or Grade 1 being like the main focus and not just like a Grade 3, because you know you got like a Luard, Asher, Outmile, Chronojet, Shiranui, Amaruda. This is the first time we're seeing one that's below Grade 2 and 3. So that's really interesting to see, and like how I really like how Doomjid's backstory has led him to be this sort of character that is sort of like what's the word, sort of like held back in a way, sort of just withdrawn, and just he really doesn't like to express himself. Like literally in this episode, he says he's a mercenary, and and how he just really doesn't really like humans. He thinks they're like fragile, boring creatures. And to be honest, I thought this was how Sayori was before we realised that no, they're diffraided. Different world riders, I guess you could say. But this is all Dunjid's like personality and how he is. So it's really interesting to see, and like how his time on Krei has sort of developed his character into this just hardened mercenary, like sort of doesn't really care for other people sort of thing. And I like how, I know it's kind of cliche, but I like how his character's like, you know, he's set up for being this character who doesn't really like humans. He thinks they're weak, they're beneath him, quite literally. And so I think that sets him on the sort of predictable yet interesting storyline of his development to be like actually going from hating humans or just disliking them in general to respecting them in a way. And how I'm interested to see how that really works. And you do see it in this episode how he's sort of realising, he's sort of moving up to the stage and realising that maybe humans aren't as weak as I originally thought. No, I still don't really like them, but they're not as weak. You know, they're definitely something not to underestimate at times. And that's really interesting to see. Like, his development is moving on quite fast. Granted, he's only been in one episode, so it's moving on quite a fast pace. But I don't think we'll be seeing a lot of him in the next coming episodes. Like, you know, probably maybe once every like few episodes, I'd say, considering like they're the main bad guy group. And like I said in the last episode, I don't think Dunjid is an actual like main bad guy. Like, I don't think he has really evil intent, but he's literally just there to just I don't know. He's trying to learn more about the world like Amaruda is, but I don't know. He just still thinks that humans are just a waste of space. And like Shiranui, he's literally just there just for the hell of it. To be honest, like Shiranui's there obviously for like unknown intentions. Like, we obviously know that he's testing the human race, and like how are they worthy to decide the destinies of the other vanguards. And I think Doomjid is sort of on that line, but I don't think he's like fully dedicated to the role, should I say, like Shiranui is. So yeah, right. So moving on, I probably spent a bit too much time on the characters, but the new Kagura support, I'm liking it. We didn't really get to see much of it. I guess like we didn't get to really see the skills explained much. Like we got to see the new Stride unit and Dragonic Blade Master unit, and I think that's about it. I believe that the new Kagura support is based around drawing cards, or like drawing cards every now and then. Not like full on Oracle Think Tank of Great Nature. I know I'm moving my hand around, you know that. But I'd say just like, you know, as a defensive option, you know, they draw cards that increase their hand to like give them more durability and survivability, let's just say. So yeah, that's new Kagura support. The music, honestly, as I was watching the episode, I found two beautiful pieces. I don't really know what they were, like instruments. Like there was one with electric guitar, and I believe there was one like orchestral, I want to say. I'll leave the link the times in the description. But there were the electric guitar one was around 10 minutes 10, and the other one was around 16 minutes, just around the 16 minute mark. And honestly, they were beautiful pieces. Really, really enjoyed them. They give this sense of they give this sense of Kagura being like this like powerful, like destructive force, and then they give at the 16 minute one, they gave the Neo Nectar like a sense of like a I don't know, like a vitality. I think I'm using that word correctly. Like sense of growth and like peacefulness, I want to say. You know, like sort of like calm and gentle nature of it. Well, before they come and kill you, you know, with high numbers. But yeah, definitely check those two pieces out or listen for them because they were really, really well done. Also, I like how they've in this episode explained how Krei is not just this peaceful planet. And I know they sort of did that in season 1 with the war between Royals and Shadows, but it's nice to see that the anime is just showing Krei is not just like peaceful world, because you know, like every other time they've shown Planet Krei, they've seen it's like all peaceful and grassy and just all these units living in like harmony, I guess you could say. But in this episode, they're showing it like there are still places in Krei where the wars are raging, like units are dying, and like it's just destructive. Like this is where like Doomjid has got like sort of gained his character from, or like his attitude and personality. He's been fighting in several wars, and he's like watched his teammates die, and he's just gone to this whole mentality thinking, if I'm dead, then that's it. If I die, that's the end of it. And like he has to do whatever he can to survive. But even that means like just breaking off from the group and just becoming his own man, I guess you could say, or dragon. But yeah, and I like how the new like Tokar and all that, like if you noticed in the last episode, Tayo is slowly starting to realise that something is going on here. Like, you know, he's probably not talking to Verno, he's talking to Amaruda. And I like how the characters are slowly starting to realise that. I mean, because like Chrono's starting to realise it due to Chaos Breaker. Tayo, I think he's sort of on the right track when he faced Amaruda. And now Tokahai is starting to see it because of Doomjid, and how all these like shadowy like outlines of the units are starting to take form when like they're trying to show other people what is going on in their world. So it's nice to see that the characters are not just brain dead; they're actually starting to get a good idea of what's going on. Yeah, I think that's about it. I must have like a right while doing this, but yeah. Honestly, I don't really have anything else to talk about. I did really enjoy this episode. You know, it just gives us a bit more information of Team Defrider and maybe like their character development, and see where the character development is going to go. The only thing I didn't really like about this episode was Tokar. Literally, just nothing. Tokar just doesn't really seem like a really good character at the moment. Like, maybe she'll get improved on in the later episodes, but right now she's just a really, really weak character. Alright then, I'm going to have to cut this episode here, so if you liked it, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And also don't forget to follow me on Twitter, I'll leave that in the description down below. And I will catch you next time. Bye!